Well, you've survived your first dinner with my family.
Yeah. And I wish I could say that it didn't change anything. But I can't. It did make a difference.
How did tonight make a difference?
Don't get worried. You know I loved the whole evening. There was so much warmth and affection at the table.
Friday nights are always special.
Yeah, and your parents know how to share themselves without making you feel uncomfortable or out of place. They're really great people.
They like you too, very much. Did you feel that?
Yeah, I did. But in some ways that made it seem worse.
How?
Obviously, they included me on Friday night because they wanted to show me a tradition that goes back thousands of years. Wanted me to understand how much it meant to them.
But you understood that before tonight.
Intellectually, but I never really felt it. Felt that your family's culture is very different from mine.
Sometimes I feel that way when I'm with Maeve and Johnny. But it's not important. We're not different.
The message tonight at dinner was that you and I are very different.
Yes, but not in any basic way, I don't think. Do you?
I don't know. What I'm sure of is that we're both very attached to our families and close to the traditions in which we were raised. And therefore, the obstacles to marriage loom very large.
I thought we agreed not to talk about marriage.
We did. Yeah, we did. But I don't see how we can avoid the issue.
Change the subject.
Tonight, your mother asked me a question that I didn't have an answer.
What?
She said, if we can't consider marriage...
Oh, Mama.
No, we can't consider marriage because it requires a compromise that neither one of us can make. What did I see happening instead?
How about our loving each other without time or space or wedding ceremonies?
Yeah, but I couldn't say that to your mother.
Well, then say it to me.
You know I'll love you without any thoughts of ceremonies, time, or space.
Me too. This is better.
If you just didn't have to go back to Washington. Whatever culture you're from, I just want to be with you more.
Oh, I do too. I want to stay.
Any more of this? I'm going to drive the car, turn it around, go back to the houseboat, forget the airport.
Your brother would fire me when I didn't show up for work tomorrow. And then I'd have to live back in New York.
I love that.
Pat, I'll do it.
Get fired?
Come back to New York and maybe not get fired. You said tonight made a difference. Well, it made a difference to me, too. I felt as if something had to change.
Right. As if we had to go forward or back. But could you really leave Washington?
I have to. I was crazy to leave you here. Frank's still trying to fill his New York staff. I mean, there has to be something I can do. Half of what I do now is here.
Oh, Nancy, we would have every night.
Imagine that. Every day.
Just long walks and picnics.
Oh, don't say anymore, or I won't even go back to pack. Oh, why didn't I think about this weeks ago?
I did. I thought about it a million times, but was afraid to ask. I mean, you're coming up here with just for me, no promises.
No time, no space, remember? I love you. We'll be together.
What?
What?
You're staring at me.
Was I?
Mm-hmm.
I was just trying to figure out how immersed you really are.
Nancy, I may not be the most exciting guy in the world, but I don't think anybody's going to get immersed in the Governor's Commission on Agricultural Blight semi-annual report.
Okay. There's something I want to talk to you about. It's kind of important.
Sure.
Right on cue.
Just 1 minute. Senator Ryan's office.
Hello, Bob. It's Dave Feldman.
Oh, hi there. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine, thanks. I've been trying to get hold of Frank here in New York, and I keep missing him all day. It's about Nancy.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm surprised you couldn't get in touch with Frank. He's been pretty busy up there.
Are you able to talk?
Well, actually, it's not possible.
She's there.
Right. Listen, give me a minute, will you? Nancy, can you get that file on urban housing? It might be on Frank's desk, maybe in the drawers. I think I had Jeannie refile it yesterday.
I'll find it somehow.
All right.
I heard.
Yeah, she might be back any minute now. What's going on?
I was going to talk to Frank about this, but I'm sure that you will understand.
Yeah.
You know about Nancy and Pat Ryan.
Yeah, I do.
Now, please understand what I'm saying. It's not that I don't think Pat's a fine boy. The Ryans have been, all of them, been wonderful friends of ours for years, and part of me even understands how it happened, the two of them. But, Bob, see, it's not a good situation. There's no future for them, and Nancy knows that. Pat himself said it to Beryl the other night, but it's something that they can't let go of, and the longer it goes on, the more it's going to hurt them. Eventually.
I'm not sure what you're getting at.
Well, just a minute. It's not easy. I'm going to ask you, Bob, to do whatever you can to keep Nancy in Washington for a while. A project, some sort of a committee, whatever. I want to give her a chance to focus on something other than this relationship. Give us some, time and distance, and then maybe.
I understand how things are going with you and Beryl, and I wish I could help, but...
Now, you know, I don't call in my marker unless it's important, especially if it's a personal thing like this. But this is important, Bob. I want you to keep Nancy in Washington. Please.
Now, look, I'll talk to Frank. I'll see what we can come up with.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've got it right here. Okay, I'll get it over to you as soon as I can.
I do understand that, and I appreciate it.
Okay, see you later.
Goodbye.
Was it important?
No, yeah, I'll take care of it.
Okay.
You wanted to talk to me about something?
Yeah. Okay, guess the easiest way to say it is just to come out and say it.
Mm-hmm.
Bob, I want to leave Washington. I want to be transferred to the New York office.
You want a what?
I want to be reassigned to Frank's New York office, yes. Now you're the one who's staring.
Oh, well, I'm just surprised, that's all.
Hey, I'll miss you too. Look, I'm not going yet anyway. I know I'll have to train someone to take over for me here, and besides, we'll be back and forth, and... You've got a problem.
Well, I don't know if you call it a problem exactly.
But?
But I just don't think it's possible.
Yeah, Bob, I'd call that a problem. Why not?
Well, we need you right here in Washington. You become an important part of this whole organization.
Thank you, but I'm not indispensable. There are 6 people on staff already who could do what I do. Sure, it would take them a little while to get everything under control, but it's not that difficult. I mean, I didn't know anything about politics last year, and so they'd have it way above me already.
Nancy, you've been around politics all your life. Maybe not directly, but something's got it rubbed off. I mean, you're a very special girl. You're doing a terrific job here.
I'm flattered. You seem very uncomfortable. Why?
Well, because partly I don't think we have anything in New York for you right now.
Oh, come on, Bob. You and Frank are always complaining that that office is understaffed and George is overworked. I mean, just last week, Frank was saying that he wished he could find somebody who knew both areas, so to act as his representative. I mean, that's one of the reasons I thought of it.
Oh, why do you want to be transferred?
Okay, look. I could tell you I want to go to New York because I'm interested in urban affairs, or that I think it's more of an active role in the sense of dealing with people, or that I think I could be a valuable contribution to that staff, which is all true. But the main reason is I want to be with Pat.
Oh.
That doesn't come to... It's not a surprise, is it?
No, it's not a...
What Pat and I have is very important to me. I love him. I miss him when I'm here. It's not easy. I mean, sure, it's terrific going to New York for the night or him coming here, but I don't know. Makes it all unreal somehow. We need time. We need to be together as much as we can to find out what we really have.
Yeah, well, I had this girl, Linda, kind of did the same thing to me.
Bob, this is not a crush. You didn't know me before Pat happened to me. I was alone. And I had been for a long time. Okay, I'm 23, but it was beginning to feel like it was never going to happen. I even considered letting my mother set me up, for God's sakes. I know it's okay to be alone, but I was starting to turn into myself, and it scared me. I'm not alone now. I don't know how long this is going to last, Pat and I, but I need to give it every chance I can.
Nancy, I wish I could help you.
Then say yes.
I can't.
Well, do you at least see it as a possibility?
To be perfectly honest with you, no, I don't.
Could you tell me why?
I already have.
Well, then tell me again.
Look, I'll talk to Frank. I'll see what we can come up with, but don't get your hopes up.
Never mind. I'll talk to him myself. Excuse me. You know, I really thought you'd understand.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so am I. Hi, boss. Got a request.
Hello, Nancy. Yes, you may fly up here from Washington. Sure, stay all day. Oh? You left 2 hours ago? Well, it's okay. Permission is granted.
I let the office know I was leaving, and I'm covered.
I know. How's it going?
Work? Great. The rest of my life? Mixed bag at the moment.
Anything Uncle Frank can do?
Did Bob talk to you already?
It's a problem, isn't it?
Why? I'm not quitting. I'll work just as hard for you in New York as I did in Washington. harder because I'll be more relaxed and more rested. And anyway, I know you need a coordinator here because George is only...
Hold on. Excuse me. You lost me about 500 words ago. What?
May I please transfer to the New York staff?
Oh, come on, Nancy. Would you really abandon Capitol Hill? They love you down there. Besides, you do a completely unique job for me.
Unique, my foot. Anybody could do what I do there.
Oh, anyone could. Now what, run the office, manage, organize? Sure, maybe. But you are the only Nancy Feldman, the bright young aide who never forgets a face, or a message, phone call, a name, or a good idea. Now, a lot of the right people wouldn't even talk to me if they hadn't talked to you first. You know that?
Frank, you could find somebody else to do that. I mean, there are hundreds of qualified people just standing online to get a job on the Hill.
No. Now, you see, you underrate yourself. Constantly, severely.
All right, okay. We're on the wrong tack here, and it's my fault. I should have just come out straight with it when I walked in here. Frank, you have this brother. And I made a mistake.
You fell in love with him.
No, that was right. My mistake was trying to run away. I should never have gone to Washington. I should never even started the job.
I see.
I doubt it. Unless you already discussed it with Patrick.
No.
Okay. The word for Pat and me is complicated. Or simple, depending on how you look at it. We love each other and we need to be together. I'm a Jew, he's a Catholic, but that makes no difference whatever, as far as now is concerned. And right now, as soon as possible, I'm coming back to New York.
That's what it's about for you, now.
Right. No marriage. We know where we are as far as the future and children and passing on traditions is concerned. He knows Johnny and Maeve. I know Dave and Beryl. That's a complicated part. But we're just not going to deal with that. The simple part is all we want. So how about it, huh? Can I start from the bottom up here? What is this?
What it is a dilemma. You're right, it's a tough one.
No, it isn't. It's a minor change. Well, this was bad enough having Bob dig his heels in it, but now you too? Frank, did your parents ask you to keep me away? Is that it?
Oh, no, of course not.
Not my parents.
No, neither one of them has said a word to me about any of this.
To Bob, then. Frank, did my father talk to Bob?
Nancy, your father is a very old and a very dear friend of mine. Now, he has always let you make up your own mind, make up your own decisions, think for yourself. Now, if he feels in this instance that it would be better for you to do that away from Patrick, then who am I to tell him that he's wrong? Time and distance can help.
And you would consider it some kind of political favor to support my father in his interference?
No, I would not. Now, you know that. The truth is, I do need you most in Washington. That is the truth.
And I happen to disagree. Look, I'd like the chance to prove that I could be useful here, but if you can't hire me, that's okay. I'll find something else. I can teach a children's dance class. I can wait on tables. I can't worry about that now, because the only thing that matters is being with Pat. And that will happen.
Nancy, I am not fighting with you about this. Damn it.
Yeah. My sentiments exactly. Let me know, okay? And, don't bother to call my father as soon as I leave. I'm gonna find him and bring him up to date myself. Daddy?
Honey, since when are you in town?
Since today. And I'm staying in town, too, despite all your hard work. I can't believe you went behind my back like that.
Frank is my old friend. I had a talk with him. I knew you would find out sooner or later.
Hopefully later, like 30 years from now. What was your next ploy? The president offers me a job I can't refuse?
If you're suggesting that I would go to such lengths to keep you in Washington, you're wrong. I really don't have that kind of influence.
After all your talk when I was growing up, how you'd always help me understand my alternatives, but you'd never make my choices for me. You'd never interfere.
Darling, I have talked with your mother. I have thought. I have searched in my own heart. What became terribly clear to me is that even though you're a grown woman, I still have a father's responsibility
You
to...
have neither the responsibility nor the right to set a trap for me, and that's what you did. You tried to make them hold me in Washington no matter what I want. At least be honest now, Daddy. You didn't just talk to Frank. You talked to Bob, too.
Yes.
And you hoped I'd never find out. After I opened myself up to you, after I told you how wonderful this time is for me, how much I love Pat, after all that, you still tried to kill it.
Well, let's not use words
Well, you
like
did
that.
hope that I'd break up with Pat, didn't you?
Yes, yes, I did.
It's up to you to choose the man I love, right?
No. No. It's only this one man that I know you should not love. Not as you do. Yes. Yes. I tried to manipulate you, and it was wrong. I hated it, even while I was doing it. I apologize.
I know you love me. I know you're worried, and Mama's so upset. Her eyes always fill up with tears every time she looks at me, but I've had too many years of being trusted to change now. I've been taught to use my mind and to take care of myself. Trust me to do that.
I trust you. But I also have a few years on you. Therefore, I can recognize a bad situation developing sooner than you. Will you at least grant me that possibility?
You are not me, in my mind, feeling what I feel.
And living for now. Yes, that's quite true.
So you did understand what I said in Washington.
Especially that part about no plans, no future, just now. I think it's the saddest statement I ever heard.
And to me, it's the happiest. I'm sorry we're so far apart.
Yes, I'm not used to this. We've always been so close.
I hope... Frank's agreed to let me transfer back to New York.
So I gathered.
Oh, I would have left Washington anyway. I would have quit the job with Frank. For better or worse, the most important thing is for me and Pat to be together now.
For better or worse.
Oh, Daddy. You look so tired.
So, when are you coming back to the city?
I should be moving back to New York within a day or two.
Your room is here, ready whenever you are.
Listen, it wouldn't work. I can't live here.
Of course you can.
No, it would be too upsetting for all of us. I've got to find my own place.
I wish you wouldn't. I mean, when you're in the city, this should be your own home.
It was. Maybe it will be again. But it isn't now. you so long.
I was looking for you at your office.
Oh. Well, I waited, but I had the funny feeling that if I didn't leave, Frank would find more work for me. Didn't you know I'd come straight here?
Well, I should have. Instead, I got trapped with Frank, who had some thoughts about you and me.
Oh?
One thought was that you'd end up very badly hurt.
By you? Who asked Frank, huh?
Well, I let him talk. He said the longer we go around together, the more we get involved, knowing we can't get married, the more pain will be storing up, especially for you.
Pat, why did you listen to that nonsense?
Because I love you. I'm beginning to think maybe they're all right. My parents, your parents, Frank. It is a mistake.
Pat.
Maybe we should just break it off.
Is that what you want to do?
It's not what I want, Nancy. But maybe it's what's right.
Will you please promise me something?
What?
That you will never, ever say something like that to me again.
But I can't.
Unless you decided to leave me. And if that's the case, you just tell me straight out.
It'll be ridiculous, huh?
Then don't you be ridiculous. I know what we're in for, and I don't care. I mean, I know, and it doesn't matter.
But the idea of hurting you,
The only way you can hurt me is to leave me. Why can't people just leave us alone?
Well, Frank just wanted to help.
Like my father wanted to help when he tried to keep me in Washington. I'm coming back to New York to be with you, and nothing's gonna stop me. You know, tell you a little secret. Every time someone says we're wrong or foolish or making a mistake, it only makes me want you more.
That's the same way I feel. The more Frank went on, the more I couldn't wait to see you.
Thank goodness. Now, don't you ever scare me like that again.
I promise. When can you leave Washington?
Tomorrow won't be soon enough. I know. I'll go down there tonight, collect my things, and come back in the morning.
Oh, would you like some company?
Could you?
You think I'd let you drive all night and pack your stuff alone?
Oh, we could be together all that time. Let's get going. There's only one problem. Where am I gonna live? I can hardly fit my things in here.
Yeah, and the hospital would be a little troubled. You decided not to stay with your parents?
For all the obvious reasons.
Kind of messed things up there for you, didn't I?
Now, you stop that. You didn't mess anything up for me anywhere. You make me happy, Patrick Ryan, and I love you, and that's just all I care about, okay?
Okay. I love you.
Oh. I want to find some place far away from both families. Someplace private and romantic and beautiful.
There is such a place.
Where?
On the other side of the river. A houseboat.
Pat.
Bucky wouldn't mind.
We could just raise a gangplank and just keep everyone out.
Oh, that'd be so wonderful.
Oh, it wouldn't be us against the world. It would be us out of the world.
And no,
Oh, let's do it.
no one would have to know either.
No, I could tell my parents that I found a place in New Jersey.
And my official residence is here.
Pat, do you realize we've just decided to live together?
Yeah.
I mean, without even discussing it.
Yeah, well, you know, what's to discuss? Either we stop seeing each other...
Don't say that.
Or we have to be together always.
Yes. Always. Alone, apart, in our You're right. There really is nothing to discuss. It'll be us alone. And nobody will ever find us.
By tomorrow, we'll be all settled in.
Oh, this is winter stuff anyway.
Hey, Nan, am I headed right here?
Oh, no, don't move. Oh, you poor love, you're walking in your sleep.
No?
We're living together half an hour and already I'm terrible for you.
Oh. You better smile when you say that, partner. But I still don't say it at all, because you are wonderful for me.
Well, here we are. And I'm dying for lunch. The smell of that pastrami is driving me crazy. Please, do we have to unload any more?
Surprise. The car is empty.
Well, our first meal together as roommates. Boatmates?
Yeah, that's more exact. I wouldn't want to confuse people.
Wouldn't want to tell people in the first place.
Yeah, essentially true.
I wonder where we say we're living. I mean, I wonder where I say I'm living. You're living at the hospital.
Well, you say over in Jersey.
Think I can get away with being that vague?
Well, not with your father,
Not with my mother, either.
Well,
I wish I felt ready to tell them, but I don't. Do you mind waiting till I work up my courage?
I see no reason why anybody is entitled to know our living arrangements. Now, I doubt my parents are going to ask, and I'm certainly not going to volunteer the information myself.
Well, wonderful, but how do I handle the telephone number and the address? And Daddy wants to come over and see my new apartment, and Mama has a rug she thinks will be good for me. And if I don't invite them over for dinner within the first month, they'll have the bloodhounds after me.
Good. Then you'll have them over for dinner, and they'll love the houseboat, and I'll keep myself and every teeny tiny trace of me out of sight.
Oh, but I'd hate for you to have to do that.
No, a big deal. I mean, isn't it worth it to keep the peace?
I thought maybe you'd feel like you were sneaking around. You know?
I couldn't. I'm not.
Hey, your sandwich.
Forget it. Just want to hold you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I messed up our wonderful mood.
You went and made me feel closer to you, that's all. Part of this is sad, and we can't lie to each other about that.
Only a little part. My mother can visit, and she'll close her eyes to some things. She'll know only what she wants to know. But Daddy, he'd know. And he'd never get over it.
In that case, we'll make sure he never visits.
See, I'm planning this wonderful party at Ryan's, everything Irish, you know, and I wanted to get your address so I could send you an invitation.
Oh, well, now that I know about it, why don't you just tell me the date and save yourself a step?
The date? Well, the date's not set yet, actually.
Honey, how can you send the invitations out if you don't know the date?
Well, I wanted to address all the envelopes in advance. That way, when the date is set, I can just fill it in and mail them all at once. Sufficient, huh?
I see.
Except where do I mail yours?
Why don't you send it here?
Is your address a secret? I mean, I know some people in politics have to be careful, but I wouldn't tell anybody.
I wouldn't say I'm exactly in politics. My address isn't any kind of secret, except maybe to me. See, I just took a place across the river and...
Oh, Jersey. You moved to New Jersey?
Right. And, I don't know the exact address. I've been saying the third house on the right after you turn the corner.
You don't know where you live?
I do, just not the street or the number. I only just moved in.
Well, what'd you tell the movers?
I'll get that out here.
Here we are.
Is this your place, Mr. Ryan?
Mm-hmm.
Very romantic. You mean to say you live here all by yourself?
Well, just me and my etchings, you know. Well, I do have one roommate, but she's very broad-minded.
Oh, she is, huh? Oh, I didn't think we'd ever get here.
I know, 45 minutes for a 10-minute drive.
But it's worth it.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm just so glad to get out of that office.
Boss been overworking you again?
Oh, Frank's fine. It's his fiancée. Ray's so happy about the wedding, she just assumes everyone's thrilled to help her with the preparations. I don't mind. It's okay, really.
Yeah, well, hope it works out for both of them.
But
Yeah. I guess I just always assumed that if Frank ever remarried, it'd be to Jill. I thought they'd always be together.
sometimes it just...
Yeah.
Well, I guess I should get up and start our dinner. Well,
Well, what?
you're supposed to say, no, no, it's okay, honey. I'll do it.
I am?
Yeah, you gotta learn your lines.
But I never call you honey.
That's a technicality.
Well, let's see. No, no, that's okay, honey. I'll do it.
You're not moving.
What, is this part of the deal?
Unless you can cook from here.
Hey, wait. That meatloaf that my mother wrapped for us.
For us?
For me. I think that she suspected that I wasn't alone, because she's sending up for 6 people.
Did Maeve say anything tonight? About me? About us?
Well, she knew you were out in the car, and she asked me to tell you that she hopes to see you soon, and that you should always feel welcome.
That's nice. We are right, aren't we?
Yes.
Just us, alone,
You and me against the world, huh?
not against.
No.
It's you and me in our own world. And it's wonderful.
It is. With just one minor imperfection.
What?
It's too dark in here.
Oh, I like it.
But I can't even see your face.
Ah, it's not so much.
Let me be the judge of that.
So beautiful here tonight.
Yeah.
I still can't believe it. Coming home with you. Our having a home together. Our own world.
Do you realize that we've known each other just about our whole lives?
Do you think about that, too?
I keep trying to remember the different times we'd meet. You come into the bar.
Some political rallies with Frank that Daddy dragged me to. Oh, Nancy, this is Frank's brother, Pat.
Hi.
Hello. You always seem such a strong, silent type.
Yeah, you must have caught me in my James Dean phase.
I wonder who that girl is on his arm.
Well, you know Pat.
I didn't really. You never even looked at me.
I did too.
Did?
Yeah, just never thought.
No.
I remember when, well, except that Nancy Feldman, she just wasn't you, if you know what I mean. Hey, what is it?
Nothing.
Come on.
I'm happy. I love you. And I know this can't last forever. I know there'll be a time when we won't be together. And I'll remember tonight like we remembered all the others.
Except it's not like all the others.
No. You're right, I'm sorry. This isn't very much like Dave Feldman's little cheerful girl, is it?
We've got each other now, and that's all that matters. You know, looking forward or back, no. I love you.
For how long? I love you.
I wish I could describe how I feel.
Go on. Try.
I feel, a very clean girl.
It's not very romantic.
I feel slightly damp, warm, soft.
That's better. It's a perfect way to spend Friday night. Alone, safe, sound of the river, music.
I think we ought to have a party, just the two of us, to celebrate our first weekend on the river.
I'd rather watch.
What?
I said you're terrific, and I'd rather watch.
I really love your outfit.
I wear it to all the best discos. Goes over anything.
Or nothing. Come on, closer. Stay close.
Nancy! 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 Nancy!
Daddy. Daddy,
What?
I'm sorry.
So, this is where you live?
Yes.
And you?
Dave,
You live here too?
Yes. We're living together. Daddy, please let me explain.
Explain. What do you want to explain? How you deliberately lied to us. How you are letting yourself into a situation in which you can only do a great deal of harm to yourself in the end. So what do you want to explain, huh?
Dave, if you just give us a chance, we could try to...
I asked my daughter a question. Why did you lied to us?
I tried not to.
You were very clever. You found yourself a place in New Jersey. You didn't even mention. What did you think that we would do? Your mother and I, what would we do? Disown you? Lock you into the house, what?
I didn't want to hurt you. I wanted to tell you. I was going to.
When? Tomorrow, next week? A year? Why? Nancy, why couldn't you at least have been honest with us?
Would you have understood?
Maybe not, I don't know. Yes, I would have tried to have talked you out of it for your own good, but still, I would have loved you. As I love you now. I can't forget this.
You're ashamed. And you shouldn't be. I'm not.
One last question. All the years of trusting you and loving you, and telling you that no matter what you did, you could always come to us. We would always try to help you. Well, what did we do it for? It meant nothing to you.
Daddy, I love you and Mama very much.
But not enough to trust us as we trusted you.
I'm sorry.
Sorry is not enough. Please get dressed. I am taking you home.
No, I want...
I said,
Daddy? Daddy? Daddy?
I'm taking you home.
Are you all right?
What?
Are you all right?
How do you think I feel? You must have known that what you were doing wasn't right. When you have to go sneaking around like that, doesn't that say something to you?
Dave, why don't we just sit down for a minute, then we can talk? There's no reason we...
Patrick, I don't want you to tell my daughter understanding from me. I want to talk to my daughter alone. I'm grateful for your concern. I want you...
Pat?
Come on, Dave, calm down.
What?
Now,
Have you any idea of what I'm saying to you? Nancy, can't you understand? Your mother is at home. She's waiting for us. I want you...
Daddy, there's something wrong. Please.
Of course there's something wrong. I want you to come home with me. I can't talk. My head, I have...
a headache.
What? Yes.
Let's get him over to the chair. Come on.
Daddy!
It's gonna be all right.
What is it?
Fake.
Look. Let's go. I want you to get on the phone. Call Riverside, order an ambulance. I'm going to take him in.
Tell me, what is it?
It's his heart or his head. It looks like a stroke.
Oh, my God.
Now, I'm going to check him over the best I can. I don't have my stuff. You go. Call 555-6100.
What? What?
It's okay, Dave. I'm just going to try and make you more comfortable.
Uh-huh. Where's...
She's going to be right here.
Hello, yes, I'm calling.
You got in the town, but...
I need
Yeah,
an ambulance. It's an emergency.
Yes,
Hudson Marina, slip 14, Moorhead, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Okay, I'll meet them at the dock. Please.
110. My pen light's in my sports jacket in the inner pocket.
How is he?
Dave,
I'm all right.
Dave, I want you to cough. Cough. Cough.
Yes, I do.
Okay, now just sit back. Try to relax.
She shouldn't be here. I come for hope.
Talk to him.
Where?
Daddy?
Where?
Yes, how are you feeling, Daddy?
Not important. You? I come home.
I think you better call your mother.
Why?
Okay, Daddy. I'm coming home with you.
Huh?
Mama will be there. It'll be all right.
See?
You'll be all right. I'll call Mama.
Nancy.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Mama?
Nancy, how are you, darling?
All right,
Have you seen your father?
Mama, Daddy's here at my place. There's something wrong. He's not feeling very well.
What is it?
Pat's looking after him right now. Don't worry. We're going to take him to Riverside. Pat's taking care of him. Don't worry.
Something happened. Is he all right?
We're taking care of him. We'll be at Riverside in a few minutes, so meet us there, okay?
Nancy, please tell me what's wrong.
I don't know, Mama. I'll see you in a little while. Goodbye. It's all right. You'll be all right.
How is he? Is it a heart attack?
Pat thinks it's a stroke. He's not sure yet. Daddy's still conscious. Come on. Come on.
Seems to be cerebral. His symptoms came on less than an hour ago. Headache, disorientation, aphasia, steady progression.
What an EKG and a lumbar puncture. I mean IV, D5 and W. Oxygen, nasal oxygen.
Yes, doctor.
And an SMA 12 CBC.
Right away.
Blood pressure.
Pressure is 170/90. Pulse is 110.
Rapid respiration, 30 per. Keep checking his vital signs every 5 minutes.
Yes, doctor.
He did complain of a left temporal headache, and there was right side weakness, but no hemiplegia.
All right, I'm going to have to arrange for an EEG. And a brain scan.
Stroke?
Quite possibly.
Wow.
Dave. Dave, you're at Riverside. It's going to be all right. Just try to relax.
Wow.
Dave. David. How are you, darling? It's me. It's Daryl. I'm right here, darling. They say you're going to be all right. How are you, darling? Tell me. Why doesn't he answer me? Can't he hear me?
He can hear, but he just shouldn't try to talk right now.
Nancy tells me that he has a stroke. Is that right?
We don't know, but we're going to do everything we can.
You must know. Tell me, how did it happen?
Mama, let's go outside. We can talk there.
No.
Yes, come on.
I'm not going away, David. I'll just be outside.
Vital signs?
Doctor, they're unchanged.
I just don't understand how it could happen. He was upset when he left the house, but he was all right. He was fine. He said for me to wait, and he was going to bring you home. He went to see you and see what happened.
Mama, I've got to tell you something about Pat and me and tonight.
No, not now, Nancy, please. I just want to know if your father isn't going to die.